This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of Air Hockey Supreme and Air Hockey Madness. Those two games are exactly the same, except for Air Hockey Madness is the paid version, and it has a few extra things in it. Both games have single and multiplayer, but Air Hockey Madness has all these different gameplay modes where you can play with like 7 pucks and other things like that. So if you just start with the official rules, you can choose from 2 different perspectives, bird's eye view or the normal overhead view, and you can also change the settings for neon style or normal air hockey style here. And you can also have it check for time fouls, so if it takes over 7 seconds for them to hit it across, then they get a penalty. And there's also different phone skills, so when you're playing against the computer, you can choose from intermediate, pro, champion, or beginner. And then you can quickly start a game here, single player or multiplayer. We'll jump into single player with the overhead style. And as you can see, you can also turn on those puck trails, but those look kind of weird. I'm going to go and turn those off. And you can resume your game. So the only down points about this game is that when the computer kicks off there, it's kind of jumpy there. It just randomly hits it. So that's a bit odd. And also, to move your palette along the side here, it sticks on the side. If we can bring this over here, you see it sticks. And it doesn't follow with your puck, or with your palette. So that's kind of disappointing. Otherwise, the game is the best in terms of the physics of the whole puck and how it slides along. And it's also the best in terms of gameplay. I've played every single air hockey game in the marketplace, and this Air Hockey Supreme or Air Hockey Madness game is definitely the best. Other games like Glow Air Hockey were pretty good, but the puck would always get stuck in the corner, which was super annoying. This game usually doesn't have that problem, and if it does, the computer's smart enough to actually get it out of the corner. And this game has some really good 3D graphics. If we go and switch to the different viewpoint here, you turn it in landscape here, and then you play in 3D. And it looks really great. The sound effects in the game are also really great. With the free version of the game, you get the 2 different visual elements here, which is just the normal tournament table and the neon style. And you also get 2 different gameplay modes, official rules or magnetic mallets. So if we start a game there, in 3D here, you'll see that the puck actually comes straight to your palette there, because your palette's actually a magnet. So that really shakes up the gameplay, and it's pretty neat. And it's nice to have these different visual styles and gameplay elements in the free version. The paid version also has some other different gameplay styles, like the multi-puck style, and it has some different modes for what the multi-puck is, and also bonus target mode. So here's the multi-puck, this is the main one, where you just go through and you play to 7. And as you can see, more pucks keep on shooting out there. So it becomes really interesting when you're playing with all these pucks. Kind of chaotic, but a lot of fun, and it's definitely different and a nice change. There's also the multi-puck countdown mode, where it has a little timer up there, and it's basically just a timed game of the multi-puck mode. And there's also multi-puck madness, which starts off the same, but then it starts to throw out these cubes and other different shapes. Otherwise, it's basically the same. There's also those little special boxes there that you can hit. And finally, there's the bonus targets mode, which starts off exactly the same as a normal game, but these little bonus targets will appear as you're playing. So there's one of the bonus targets, and if I hit that with the puck, then I'll get a little special thing. Or if he hits that, he'll also get something special on his side. So there we go, he just hit the bonus, and that created a second puck for a little while until someone scored. The 2-player mode also works really well. And the controls in the game are always snappy and work perfectly. Like I said, the only problem is when you're trying to move your puck along the side of the whole playing field here, it gets stuck. Otherwise, when you're playing, it works perfectly. So it doesn't really matter if you get the paid version of the game or the free version of the game. The free version of the game is called Air Hockey Supreme, and it doesn't have any advertisements at all. And the paid version costs $1.99, and is called Air Hockey Madness. They both have the different visual styles and the different perspectives, so you can play from bird's eye or from 3D. And they both have the original and the magnetic gameplay style. It's just that the paid version has those extra multi-puck ones and the bonus targets. But otherwise, they're basically the same game, and they have all the different difficulties for the computer. And it's a really great visually looking game. And it's definitely the best air hockey game you can get. You can find Air Hockey Supreme and Air Hockey Madness in the marketplace for free or for $1.99.